So what I have done on day 35, 35, and day 36 is this. As usual, that's how it's going to start up. Okay, now I have a new menu item called email. This is going to basically send hate email to people. And I have six text boxes in total here. And basically what it's doing is composing a hate email by using these input from each text box. So it's going to be part of the intro. I'm going to be using the text, user input text, for the intro part of the hate email. And the person's name, it's going to be the recipient's name. So if I put Koichi, then it's going to be the hate email to Koichi. And stupid thing this person does, for example, go to rec center every day, So that's, if I type in go to rec center every day, it's going to be used part of the text is going to be used part of the hate message I'll be sending out. And what you want to do to this person, for example, you can say give them a lot of ice cream and make him fat, something like that. And that's going to be part of the text in a hate message as well. And the last one is going to be, something that you want to say, at the end, like, I don't know. I'm not a mean person. I can't really think of anything bad to say at the end. But that's going to be part of the text too. So this form is going to take all those text strings from input from these fields and create a one big paragraph, and that's going to be the body part of the email message. And the first one is going to be used for recipients, and subject is going to be just I hate you. It's already predetermined. It is set up that way, so you can't really customize actually you can customize not from here but from the email message clients that you're going to be using to send this message out. So when you hit send email, it's going to ask you, it's going to find the email clients on your phone or a tablet. Then you can choose like a Gmail or a, email app or anything like that. And it's just a little nice thing that you could put on. It's nothing to it. It's an analog clock. So that's what I did. And basically, the Java class that I created and layout XML that I created, it's just a combination of all the tiny techniques that I've been practicing so far. But this is a little more complex, but same thing. Repeating the same thing. There's nothing new. If I look at the variables I set up, one interesting thing is I am creating a class type, string class, here, string, and it's gonna be called email address. Notice I use square brackets here. That means this is going to be a array. This variable is going to take arrays instead of just a string. I mean, just one simple value. So this array is going to be, when you see array, usually you kind of expect that there will be multiple items, for each row. But I only have one column for each row, so it's kind of interesting. The reason why I am doing array instead of just regular, email address equals email ad, is that because this thing right here. The reason why this is array, remember email addresses, I had to go through some strange thing here, string, email address, brackets, square brackets, and turn it into array. Why did I had to do that? Is that because this thing, extra email, this only takes array. That's why you can't just use a simple variable here. It's gonna be array. That's why. So you can start with the regular, if you didn't know better, but when you're using this, you can realize, oh, this gotta be array, so you have to go back there and change it to array. And that's kind of, array is gonna take an email add, so you're gonna have to, create a string called email add, and here, email add, you're gonna have to somehow set up something to store the value into email add. And this is how you do personal email. You created this object earlier, and personal email is I think it's edit text, edit view that you're setting up here. Name of the text field right there, edit. Anyway, and so users are going to input some email address there to obtain the text from the input. You use this method called getText. Now the Java or system has the text, but it's not the human form yet. Human form is alphabets, regular simple alphabets, which is a string. At this point, it's just a data the computer understands. So you're gonna have to transform it to string. That's what it's doing. Now it's human readable alphabets. Then this is gonna be stored into email add object, and that's gonna be very useful in this app. And now this is used for the string array here. So that's how the whole thing works. The funny thing is that this is a really long method name. It can be any name, so it can be this long if you want to. And this method is gonna set all these things up. Email address, beginning text. So it's setting up these variables and storing data from the user input. And so these things are going to be useful for output in the email message. So if you go up a little bit, now at this point you are using, upon click, on click, you are creating a view. And now you are running this method, you're setting it up below. So what it's doing is input, creating a string and creating a message. So a variable called message, and which is a string type, and message is going to compose of all these plus a lot of variables you have already defined elsewhere, like name, beginning. So these are the variables assigned to the text field. You're assigned to those input text fields. Then after that, intent. You are creating intent, and this action intent is called email intent. And you just this is your in random. You can come up with this. You don't. It's not predetermined or anything. So now you have to kind of make it work. By new intent, Android content intent. So all these are system defined action. Android content, Android has content class and has intent in it, and intent has this action, and this action is going to be stored into email intent. Then after that, you're putting extra to that, and you are adding email address and all that. In here, set type, you're setting the message type before going to actually create a message, and finally, start activity is a predetermined method, and you are executing or performing this activity email intent at this point, and which is action send. So that's what it does.